Welcome back. We are on lesson 11 of Unit 3, so we've only got 2 lessons left to go in this unit. And we've spent all of the time up to this point trying to figure out who gets cancer and why they get cancer. And now we're going to talk about what we can do for those people that have cancer or to prevent people from getting cancer. So in this lesson, we're going to look at how cancer treatments work and some of the different cancer treatment options available. All right, so we're figuring out that cancer treatment options affect cancer and non-cancer cells. And by the end of the lesson, we should be able to explain how cancer treatments work, just kind of generally. And then our smaller success criteria. What are some common cancer treatments? Do all cancer treatments only affect cancerous cells? And what are some constraints that affect decisions about cancer treatment? Okay, so like what are some things we consider that affect the decisions that we can make about different treatment options for patients? Okay, so we're going to start by discussing this in our groups. So, how do you already know about how cancer is treated? And what do you know about how those treatments work? So, a lot of people at the beginning of the unit brought up chemotherapy and what chemotherapy does. So, a lot of us know about that one. But are there any others that you've heard about that you're interested in? Go ahead and discuss those with your groups now. Okay. So coming back from that, just some common treatments that you've heard of. If you haven't heard of any outside of chemotherapy, that's okay. We're going to look at a couple of different ones. I know chemotherapy is the most common one and the one that I think of. If you thought of some of those outside of that, then great. Thank you for sharing that with your groups. But we'll look at a couple different options. Okay, so cancer death rates have dropped 27% in the past 19 years, so from 2001 to 2020. And they continue to decline as we have more research. So that is a good thing to see that we're seeing a decrease in these numbers. Okay, before we talk about the different treatments or look into different treatments, we're going to hear from Lauren and Lakita again about their cancer treatments that they underwent, and then ignore the lesson 10. Here it is, actually lesson 11. You do have a lesson 11 activity sheet. So here you're going to write down what you notice and wonder as you listen to Lakita and Lauren one more time. So pause the video, this video, watch that video, talk to your group members about what you noticed and wondered, and then come back to my video. Okay, so building on what we heard from Lauren and Lakita about their different treatment options, we're going to investigate some further. So if you click on this link on your slides, you're going to have a reading that's going to go through a couple of different cancer treatments. Some of them were brought up by Lauren and Lakita, some of them were not. We're going to start with chemotherapy. You can see it's going to discuss with us the mechanism or how it works. Okay, some different drugs or enzymes or things and what they do in our body, some common side effects, the cost and other considerations of that. And then we move into radiation, which is our second cancer treatment here. Again, we'll go into the mechanism, how it works, side effects, costs, and considerations. And then we have surgery, immunotherapy, and that is it. And then these are just the references, okay? As you and your groups read about that, you're going to do what you notice and wonder here first, okay? And then you're going to fill in this table that our cancer treatment organizer, okay? You'll notice that these groups were all brought up for each category. So we go to chemotherapy, go to that section of the reading, okay, mechanism. It talks about what the mechanism is here. So I'm going to record what the mechanism is here, okay? The side effects, the cost. All right. And then just kind of as you're going through these, be thinking to yourself, which cancer treatment do you think is best? Do you think any of them are better than the others? Which one would you prefer if you had a family member in this situation? Which one would you recommend to someone you know with cancer? So go ahead, pause the video, read that article, and then work together with your group members to complete the cancer treatment organizer on your lesson 11 notebook or activity sheet. All right, and then that is it for this lesson. It's super short, just looking at some of those different cancer treatment options. If you are interested in delving more into this and doing more outside research, then I think that's great. That's a great opportunity for you to look into different treatment options. Those definitely are not the only ones it would have been a pretty extensive lesson to go into the outside ones, the other ones. But if you are interested in that and how those different treatments work and what those different treatments are, then I encourage you to research those. Okay. But for our lesson 11 progress tracker, we are just going to answer the common cancer treatments. So we discussed 4, I believe: chemotherapy, radiation, immunotherapy, and surgery. Okay. Do those only affect cancerous cells? So in the reading, it should have talked about how those affect cancerous cells, and if they also do that same thing to non-cancerous cells, or maybe do something different. What are some common constraints that affect decision making about cancer treatment? So in each of those, they talked about cost and other considerations. So we have, I mean, you can include side effects as well, but cost and other considerations. That's what you would kind of put there. What are some things that people consider when they're making these decisions? You know, is it the cost of it? Is it the side effects? Is it different things associated with that cancer treatment? Okay, and what we still need to figure out, which we really did figure out today, is how cancer treatments work. This kind of wraps up this lesson. We're going to move on the next thing, even though I know you just had a performance task, is our lesson 12 performance task and discourse task, which we will talk about in the next video. So that's it for today, guys. Have a great day.